All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my news channel, TMossBoss News. And in today's video, I'm doing this more so to defend Alan Richson because I know a lot of people they are going to try to push out the narrative that he was the aggressor in this situation. But yeah, for those that don't know, Alan Richson, he became I think that's his character's name, Jack Reacher, and he gave this man a beat down in front of well, so the kids on the bike are Alan Richson's kids, I believe. Because they show when I just think that would be wild, where it's like those are your kids, the guy that's getting beat, those are your kids on the bike. And then in the video they show when Alan Richson he got on his bike and drove off, the kids went with them. And I'm like, fam, those are your kids like falling behind the man that just beat you. What's going on here? So yes, they were Alan Richson's kids. I know people are gonna probably be all like, oh, he needs to set an example. He needs to do this. Yes, he did. That if people provoke you to a point where they're trying to get a reaction out of you, give them a reaction. Don't give them a reaction that's gonna land you in prison for a lot of different years. But no, give them a reaction where it's like, okay, might get a citation, or if anything's, it's like, yeah, it's like I might have to, have a court date and all that, but at least that guy knows you can't run up on a person and push them off their bike and make it seem like that, oh yeah, it's okay. And that's the thing. I guarantee and I promise you, the neighbor, he's probably one of those neighbors where he likes his peace and quiet. He don't like when people be riding bikes up and down the street. And it's like, fam, that's a nice neighborhood. I'm pretty sure that if you can afford, because I think the guy that Alan Richardson is fighting, I think that's his house in the background and stuff. You can get that house, but you can't get no noise cancellation headphones. And I know people are like, "Oh, I paid all this money for the house." Yeah, you paid for that house. You didn't pay for that street. You didn't pay for, like the bikes and anything else. So it's like, yeah, my thing is this: if you own that whole neighborhood, then I feel like that's when you can say, yeah, no bikes at this time or whatever and things. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, bruh, if you don't own that street, that man's allowed to ride his bike up and down the street whenever he wants to. So yeah, and it's like me, my thing is this, all right. I don't have no house like that. That's a nice home. That is a beautiful home. I would love to live in a house like that one day. But my thing is this though. If I could get a house like that, I have it now and I don't have a house like that. But I got the Studio Pros, the Beats by Dre Studio Pros, amazing noise cancellation headphones. I also have the Apple the AirPod Max, the headphones that go over, amazing noise cancellation headphones. All right. And so, yeah, if people get the acting, yeah, because I remember there was one guy where he kept like flying his like plane over in the and I'm like, fam, it's in the middle of the night. Where are you? You're flying in circles. Are you lost? I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things. I probably, if I did have superpowers, yeah, I probably would have flown up in the air, grabbed his plane, flew it all the way to Mars, and I'm like, okay, now fly. But I'm like, but my thing is this: I'm like, okay, I can't do that. But what I can do, because I have the money to do so, is get me some noise cancellation headphones so I ain't got to hear people flying around and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I guess like with me, stuff like that doesn't bother me. I guess like if they are like doing it on purpose, then it's like, okay, then yeah, that's when you go out there and handle it. But at the end of the day, a person, they can be I ain't gonna say that Alan Richardson is crazy, but it can be a situation where it's like you can't deal with a crazy person. So that's why I'm like, find all the different ways possible to handle that the best of your abilities to where you ain't gonna be getting embarrassed, on no cameras and stuff. But yeah, I just think that that guy, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have pushed him off of his bike. If we could just talk on that real quick. Yeah, it's like, what reasons? My thing is this. I don't know Alan Richardson, but he seems like he's a large individual. He seemed like he be working out and hitting the gym and stuff. You are a random old white man, most likely enjoying his retirement. If not, it's like you don't have like no strenuous job to where it's like you're testing your strength and things. I'm like, you're probably an accounting or something, or I'm trying to think what else, or yeah, some sort of business owner and stuff. You know, unless you're the business owner of UFC or boxing or something. I'm like, bruh, if you don't know how to fight, you can't be going out there pushing people off of their bikes and things. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he doesn't know who Alan Richardson is. And so that's probably why it's like, but my thing is this, if I know who he is, it's like, yeah, you're going running out there to push him off. And it's like, no, wait a minute. I've seen I'm not a frequent reacher or watcher, but I have seen clips. I think we can all say that we've seen the one clip from that TV show when he beat that man. And yeah, it's a TV show. It's like obviously it's it's not real and stuff, but it's like it's a stage fight and things. But I'm like, yeah, that you ain't gonna be doing fighting movies and shows and not know how to fight. So and I think wait a minute, I think Alan Richardson, I feel like I've seen that somewhere that he does like mixed martial arts or something like that, or he knows like some fighting style. I feel like he's a black belt in something, but hold on for a second. Let me look that up. Maybe not. Maybe I was just yeah, maybe I just I don't know. Maybe I just seen that somewhere, and I just I don't know. I assume, but yeah, it's like. But I imagine that he most likely has like a certain degree in fighting and stuff. Like he ain't gonna just be out there just doing fighting scenes and movies and not know how to fight. So, but yeah, he gave that man a beating, and it's one of those things. I like. It's not funny. I know I shouldn't laugh, but at the same time, it's like, what did that guy expect? You just how I wonder how like because he's like he's a decent sized person and stuff. So it's like they don't really have like height and weight and all that. But like yeah, it's I imagine he ain't no 5 foot something. All right, 6 foot something, good 200 and something pounds. All right, man's built like a former football player. You know, so yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's like bro, how did you think that was gonna go down? Like, honestly, it's like he thinks, oh, people that live in neighborhoods like this don't know how to fight. I'm like, well, you were sadly mistaken. Okay, so, but yeah, overall though, I think the valuable lesson that needs to be taught in while after videos like this is played is that you got to learn how to keep your hands to yourself. And I guess like the guy, he didn't just push Alan Richardson off of his bike once. He pushed him off. I think that in total, I think it was 3 different times. And so it's like, bruh, and that's probably why he probably felt so comfortable doing it again. And it's like, okay, he snapped. And it's like people are trying to, I guess, like bring up like, oh, Alan Richardson, he has like mental issues and stuff like that. Anybody would have reacted the same way. I probably wouldn't even have let it get to maybe I got anger issues and stuff, or mental issues and things, because I wouldn't even have let it happen once. If I'm right, my thing is this: I don't care if my kids is with me or not. I don't even have kids, but I'm like, either way, kids there, kids not there. It could be the Pope or whoever and things. I'm going to react the same exact way. So yeah, if I'm riding my bike down my street and this guy purposely gets out and pushes me off my bike, there ain't gonna be no like, okay, I'm gonna give you a 3 strike. Well, your third strike happened the first time you did it. Okay, so everybody, my thing is this: with stuff like this, everybody you automatically get to that third strike. You're gonna be out, and I'm like, I mean, out on the pavement, just like how this guy. Well, it was grass, but yeah, no, it's like you can't do stuff like that and then think like, oh, it's okay. I could just let it, a person's just gonna let it slide. No, not at all. I'm like, I'm gonna react, So anyways, but yeah, I don't mean no reaction video. I mean I am going to react. So yeah, it's like try and it's like, yeah, I get the thing is this, you can't say like try that. I just think whoever the guy is that pushed Alan Richardson off his bike, I think he's the crazy one because I'm like, that just don't even make no sense. It's like you know that you're not a fighter, and it's like, and he's probably all like, oh, big giant man, he's probably not a fighter either. It's like, yeah, you misread that situation. So, but anyways, with that being said, yeah, valuable lesson learned here. Keep your hands to yourself and do not push Alan Richardson off of his bike. All right, if I see Alan Richardson and I see him riding his bike, I'm like top of the morning and I'm going on about my business. All right, especially if I live in a nice neighborhood like that. I'm like, fam, I'm rich. I'll buy a helicopter in a yacht and I'll put that. No, I'll buy no bump all that. I'm buying the Titanic and I'm putting it in the backyard right back there and stuff. I'm like, I'm rich. I could do whatever. Okay, so but jokes aside though, yeah, it's like that guy, valuable lesson learned. I'm like, keep your hands to yourself. But anyways, with that being said, yeah, I just felt like it, because people are going to like misread this and think like, oh, Alan Richardson, he's crazy. He shouldn't have did that to that guy. I'm like, no, that guy shouldn't have been pushing him off of his bike. I think that's that's the one thing that needs to be said. But anyways, yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.